So I actually think we've got 6 years, and this is quite contentious. I think we've got 6 years left to make as much money as we can before we don't understand how the economy works anymore. I mean, I try not to give price projections, and I know you always pin them out of me, but the point being is, we're very public on social media, and it's just people pin their hopes and dreams on a number you give them. But my general thesis is Bitcoin easily gets to 100 this year, and probably 150 plus by March before it corrects again, and then we finish the year after a larger correction with a very strong rally into the end. So that's how I think it plays out probabilistically.
Raoul Pal, the CEO of Real Vision, is back with yet another revolutionary prediction. According to him, the emergence of macroeconomic trends and a spike in institutional use will boost Bitcoin to an astounding $125,000 by the middle of 2025. His observations, however, don't end there. According to Raoul, Ethereum will be essential to the next financial revolution, serving as the foundation for institutional investment and decentralized finance. Regarding altcoins, Raoul is optimistic about Solana and believes that its lightning-fast performance and developer acceptance could cause it to surpass several competitors. He also highlights how important liquidity cycles and Fed policy will be in determining the direction of the market. His advice to investors is straightforward: see the wider picture and seize opportunities when others are hesitant. Join us as we observe Raoul Pal's most recent interview as he explains his outlook on the future of cryptocurrency and international markets. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell for more daily insights. Let's get started.
I've learned from being in this cycle for so long that really, if you can, when it just feels the worst, that's when you should be putting as much money in as you can. Obviously, it's also the hardest time because nobody's got money, because liquidity is being drawn out of the system. Everyone's feeling the pinch. So it's actually hard to scrape pennies from under the sofa, but it is the best strategy of all because your gains compound so fast when you do it.
I'm with you on that. I've learned that in my old age. I tell younger people, just nibble at things, make an investment every month, and don't look at it. Pay yourself first. But where's Bitcoin going to be 3-6 months? And then give me your 5-year outlook.
I mean, I try not to give price projections, and I know you always pin them out of me, but the point being is, we're very public on social media, and it's just people pin their hopes and dreams on a number you give them. But my general thesis is we will rally into year end. We will correct at some point. There's a bunch of hedge funds and RAAs and others who are into this who will need to take a bit of profits into year end. I think we'll get a bit of a shakeout, global liquidity slowing down somewhat, and then we should re-accelerate into the end of tax season. So my view is Bitcoin easily gets to 100 this year, and probably is 150 plus by March before it corrects again, and then we finish the year after a larger correction with a very strong rally into the end. So that's how I think it plays out probabilistically.
So when you say a correction, we're at 150, it corrects back to 80?
Yeah, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe less. Maybe 30% correction, so back down to 100. Kind of makes sense to me. And it'll feel miserable, and people will say, has the cycle peaked, and all of that noise.
Right.
And then usually we end the second year after the presidential election cycle very strong, and then it peaks out sometime there. If I give a range of targets as opposed to pinpointing a target, worst case is 150. My base case is 250. And in an obscene bull market, because everybody's buying, driven by a change of regulation, then it could go as high as 450.
Okay, let's go to Solana. I want to ask you the same questions related to Solana because I know you're a bull there.
Yeah, so I think Solana finishes this year closer to 400 than it is to 200. So I think
this year, 6 weeks ago,
maybe 350. I mean, it's a higher beta asset, so it should do better. So I expect that to happen. I think, again, it'll follow the same kind of price path as Bitcoin, but it should outperform all of the way. It's been in this consolidation versus Bitcoin, sideways consolidation. The next leg should be altcoin season, and Solana should be the king of the major alts. So I'm kind of expecting Solana from here to probably get to over 1,000, 1250, something like that.
All right, last one, Ethereum.
Ethereum has been a laggard. I think it plays some catch up. I think it outperforms Bitcoin going forwards for a bit. Because, if we sit back and look at what the regulatory changes might be, that is the platform upon which most of the institutions will start doing stuff. It's the Microsoft decision. Every bank has Microsoft computers, not Apple computers. So I think that Ethereum actually does better than most people expect going into the end of the year. Again, same price pattern. outperforms Bitcoin, Solana outperforms Ethereum. So it's the risk curve. So there's something going on with the economy, and I think it's because the Fed took so long to cut rates, because they were fighting the inflation demon of the past. They took too long, and that's kept a bulk of the economy slow. So if you translate that to the ordinary person, if you're running a sandwich shop in Manhattan, or you're running a dry cleaners in Chicago, you're not seeing the money come in yet. You're not seeing growth, your business grow. Now, the forward-looking indicators suggest we will get that, and we'll get strong growth coming forwards. But really, to get that business cycle turning, we still need the Fed to cut further.
According to Raoul Pal's most recent observations, cryptocurrencies are approaching a turning point in their acceptance and use across the globe. The ups and downs of Bitcoin are normal cycles in a maturing market, not indications of instability. Given that institutions are beginning to recognize the importance of digital assets, these fluctuations present astute investors with excellent chances to get ready for long-term growth. In regards to more general economic matters, Raoul rejects proposals to do away with the Federal Reserve as impractical, and while the incorporation of Bitcoin into national reserves is intriguing, it is still unlikely. However, he points out that governments might find innovative ways to utilize seized crypto assets. Raoul also warns of the dangers of a strong dollar, pointing out that it might cause economic crises, deepen recessions, and upset world peace. His approach offers a clear framework for comprehending the forces changing technology and finance, in addition to forecasts. Now let's return to the interview to gain a better understanding of Raoul Pal's thoughts.
Is Donald Trump going to get rid of the central bank of the United States?
No. I think that's all rhetoric to appease the libertarians. I don't think he wants to do that and can do that. I don't think the system is even ready for it yet. We don't. Yeah, so I think not. I think that's more rhetoric than anything else.
Is Donald Trump going to put 1 million Bitcoins on the balance sheet of the United States, on the Federal Reserve balance sheet?
First, I think this is a bit of a red herring, because as the world's reserve currency, you don't need to hold reserves in anything else, right? So that's why the US doesn't hold a basket of euros and yen and other shit. It doesn't need to. It's the world reserve currency. So they don't actually need currency reserves or national reserves. They have a legacy of gold, of which we don't know how much is there. So the way to do this is probably to say, well, any Bitcoin or cryptocurrency that's been seized, we'll put it in the reserve. And that's a way of appeasing the crypto crowd without... there's no point to have a reserve. Maybe they do. Maybe they think that that's going to help them. But the worst thing it's going to do is just strengthen the dollar even further. And that is not good. A very strong dollar is a wrecking ball for the rest of the world. And without global trade and global demand, everyone goes through a recession. So you've got to kind of be careful of what you wish for.
You think there's a boom coming, right? There's a techno boom coming,
It's
right?
a techno boom, and it's unstoppable. And it's going to be so fast, we don't know how to deal with it.
Am I going to be taller as a result of this? No. Is there a chance? No.
It might be possible. There is hope for you yet.
Hope for me yet. Okay.
Yeah, there is hope for you. There is hope for you yet.
I think that's why I have a little bit of jealousy towards you. Is not only you're good looking, but you're a tall. Okay, tell us about the exponential age. Go ahead.
So look, it's this nexus of all of these technologies all hitting adoption effects at the same time. You can see that in front of your eyes with crypto. That's what number go up. But AI, we can see that every 3 months is like a groundbreaking set of new models, whether it's video, audio, or just the models themselves or the applications of it. We're seeing the robots coming. We've seen the Optimus robots. We've seen the robots coming out of China. We're seeing Tesla cars. We're seeing, it's just endless. We're seeing Amazon employing more robots than humans now, and that's accelerating. Then we've got the biotechnology stuff. We've got Google with their AlphaFold, which is the AI based around predicting protein sequences and what that can do for humanity. We're seeing so much all happening at the same time. EV, nobody realizes because it becomes politicized, but solar growth, the growth of solar power is more than all of other energy generation added together and doubled. And people don't realize how fast this technology is moving as well, and how much the prices are coming down. So all of these things mean the price of compute is going lower, the price of energy and electricity will go lower over time. Nuclear can be thrown into that. And then you've got AI, which is driving exponential compute, which ends up with infinite human knowledge. All of these things are so disruptive, we can't get our heads around them. And it's quite difficult to invest in a lot of it. A lot of it is in VC hands or in these giant tech companies. So you've got this fastest growing technology in all history. What are you supposed to do? Buy Microsoft? yeah, you might double your money or triple your money, but it's not really commensurate with that. So the crypto side of the equation, because the whole new internet is being built on crypto rails. I mean, the AI will have identity and we will have identity on chain. Many of the things you and I have talked about, the larger use of blockchain as a technology, well, that's front and center. So I actually think we've got 6 years, and this is quite contentious. I think we've got 6 years left to make as much money as we can before we don't understand how the economy works anymore.
Raoul Pal highlighted a number of important subjects and provided an intelligent viewpoint on the nexus of finance, technology, and politics. Pal criticized Donald Trump's proposals to eliminate the Federal Reserve and include Bitcoin on the Federal Reserve's balance sheet as impractical and primarily political rhetoric meant to appeal to particular voter groups. He clarified that since the United States is the issuer of the global reserve currency, its financial system already functions on a different principle, so it is not necessary to store reserves in other assets like Bitcoin. Raoul also cautioned that actions that overly strengthen the currency could cause global trade to become unstable and trigger widespread recessions. Looking ahead, Raoul was unrestrained in his optimism about what he refers to as a techno-boom. He clarified that exponential developments in biotechnology, robotics, artificial intelligence, renewable energy, and cryptocurrency are propelling this period of time. In addition to completely changing sectors, these technologies are also significantly reducing expenses in areas like computers and energy. Raoul underlined that cryptocurrencies are one of the few easily accessible ways to invest in this revolutionary wave, though as a huge portion of the innovation is concentrated in private hands or large tech businesses. Pal makes the audacious claim that we have 6 years to take advantage of this exponential age before advancements in technology drastically change the economy in ways that we may not fully understand. As the internet moves toward decentralized on-chain infrastructure, he believes that blockchain and cryptocurrency will play a major role in this change. Until next time, happy investing.